I
Well,
asked
and
you, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I
I'm
just,
saying we're we're going to start with a song, and I think we could go ahead and play it while other people are still coming in.
Okay.
okay.
Just invite everybody to mute for a minute.
Looking back at all that I've been through, darkest days became the brightest blue. And I couldn't have imagined the magic that would happen the moment that I realized the truth, that I am powerful, that I am capable, that I am worthy of thriving. I'm no longer just surviving. I have everything I need within myself, 'cause I am powerful. When the light breaks on a brand new day, my heart opens to an empty page. It's time to write my story. All the world is waiting for me. The life I want is something I create, 'cause I am powerful, 'cause I am capable, 'cause I am worthy of thriving. I'm no longer just surviving. I have everything I need within myself, 'cause I am powerful, 'cause my heart is beating strong. I am powerful, my insecurities are gone. I am powerful, even when I feel afraid. I am powerful. There's a reason I was made to be powerful, to be capable, yeah, yeah, to be worthy of thriving. I'm no longer just surviving. I have everything I need within myself, 'cause I am powerful.
All right. In unity, we teach there's only one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. And at the same time, that there are 12 aspects or expressions of the divine within us that we call our 12 spiritual powers. And tonight, in this annual 12 Power service, we're here to focus on activating these powers. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Unity North. And it's great seeing all of you here. And that opening song is called Powerful, sung by Fearless Soul. And we'll also have a song for meditation by Karen Drucker, song by Daniel Nahmad. So when the service is over tonight, feel free just to stay a few more minutes for some Q&A time about the powers. Rhonda Caliano, our licensed Unity teacher here at Unity North, is partnering with me in facilitating the service tonight, and her husband, Chris, is providing IT support. So thank you both for being here, Rhonda and Chris.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Rhonda will begin with an introduction and explanation of the 12 powers.
Yes, thank you. Before I get into that too much, this is your reminder to cut your powers apart. They should have come on two separate pages in your holiday packets. So this is your gentle reminder to cut those apart and put them in a bowl or a bag so that they are ready. It's not time to draw yet, but make sure that they're ready. Wendy's got her bowl. She just showed us on screen. Fantastic. So you'll want to have those handy. And while you are getting your scissors out, I will let you know about a little bit of history. So the concept of the 12 powers was developed by Charles Fillmore, co-founder of the Unity movement. He described these 12 powers as faculties or abilities. I like to think of them as facets of a diamond. They are all aspects of our own inner divinity. In the Revealing Word, Fillmore describes the 12 powers like heads of departments in a business. For example, if I own company XYZ, I might have a head of finance or a head of human resources. Each of our 12 powers is like the head of a department in a business. We have all of these department heads at our disposal. We may not even realize they are working. If someone doesn't receive a paycheck, they might get in touch with HR. Otherwise, HR is just working in the background, getting things done. And that's how the 12 powers work for us as well. When we are about to do something such as going to a job interview or buying a house, it's a good idea to activate these powers or abilities to remind ourselves that we are not in this world all by ourselves. We don't have to walk into that job interview alone. We can call on judgment, also called discernment, to make a good, solid decision about whether or not this job is a good fit for us. We can call on divine order as we make a decision about whether or not to buy a house or a car. We have these inner faculties to help us make decisions, maintain relationships, and do dozens of other things throughout our day. During our 12 Powers service, we revisit the aspects of each power. We are reminded of the area that power lives in the body, the color associated with that power, and what it can do for us on the manifest plane. We also will hear about the archetypes associated with each power. So this is an opportunity to remember that we are divine. If you want to learn more about the 12 powers, you have several options. Two of my favorites are The 12 Powers of Man by Charles Fillmore. I don't know if you can see that cover, but that's what mine looks like. In the 12 Powers, Fillmore said that they were, what does it say? Fillmore was one of those people who was so brilliant, whose ideas are so dynamic that it can sometimes be challenging to follow what he was trying to teach us. So I like to also look at the How to Use Your 12 Gifts from God by William Wark. So those are a couple of options, and Reverend Kathy and I will be available after the service if you have questions or want more information.
Thanks, Rhonda. So prepare for meditation, and we'll hear Karen Drucker singing "God is My Source" as we get ready.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything and every little thing that I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything, everything I need. God gives me everything, every little thing I need. God gives me, God gives me.
And so focusing on God as our source, let us take a moment and relax more deeply. And I'll speak the words for you. Just feel that relaxation. I feel it through my body. I know I'm now in the presence of pure being, immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I now release any negativity, fear, false beliefs. I let go of limitation. I know the healing power of the Christ within dissolves any cares or concerns. And I know together we are part of a magnificent universe. A universe with trillions of galaxies. So many stars we cannot even begin to imagine. So many suns and solar systems. Small speck. But it does not mean we are not important, for each one of us is at the center of the universe, the center of all creation. And each of us has magnificent divine powers within. For countless centuries, the ancients have taught there are 12 spiritual powers. These old archetypal friends have been with us through epochs, eons of earth life. So we are inviting them to be with us as we go forth and journey together. And this night we call forth the 12. We activate them within our own beings in this collective community. Just as Jesus called forth his 12, those disciples who were there to help, support, teach, and love, we call forth these powers. The order they are in matters not, but today we use a different order than Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, used. We have them more in alignment with an heroic journey to awaken our consciousness. So we call forth faith, judgment, and strength. We call forth life, order, and renunciation. We call forth love, imagination, and power. And we call forth will, understanding, and zeal. We call these powers forth that they may instruct us and support us and love us and awaken us to our own divine potential. We need not know their names by heart. We need only know that we are 12-sided, that we are one being with so many facets of beauty. So for a moment, let us reflect in the silence on the amazing being that we are. And in this place of silence and divine connection, we know our oneness. We know that we are part of a great universal heart, and we give thanks for these powers within us. We are open, receptive, and responsive to them. And we say, thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
All right, so taking a deep breath, returning our attention to the here and now. It is time to draw your power. I should have had Chris prep a drum roll for us. So whether you're using a bag or a bowl or the envelope, all of your holiday supplies came in, it's time to draw your power. All right.
Not a very good one. Sorry, I was supposed to come up with on short notice.
That's all right. Thank you. Okay, so everybody got their power?
I was busy doing a drum roll.
Chris was busy with the drum roll. He has to have a minute to draw his power.
Can I have a primary and a secondary? I kind of got that.
Who are you asking?
Reverend Kathy,
better
that's
to
your
go-
department.
It's better to go with the primary, but,
Okay,
you can have the secondary in the back of your mind.
okay.
All right, so we begin with the power of faith. So who has the power of faith? You can raise your hand and wave.
What'd you do?
Chris and Chris have that.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right.
All right. So if you drew this power tonight, please raise your hand and wave, and then we're going to read this together. Even though you're muted, we're going to still read together.
People. All right.
So please say this with me. Faith is my ability to say yes to God and good. Faith draws my good from the invisible to the visible. I claim faith. So in the body, faith is associated with the color blue. It is located in the pineal gland, so in the center brain. So take a moment to focus on the power of faith as you breathe right into that area of your head, thinking of that color blue. Faith is the power to make the possible real. It helps us look past appearances of lack, limitation, or difficulty, and to take hold of a divine idea and believe in it, even though we do not see any evidence except in our own mind. The archetype of faith is the innocent. The innocent represents the first step in the preparation of our journey in spiritual consciousness. It is the characterization of the power of faith. It is symbolized by Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, by young children, and any person who feels safe, secure, and untouched by the appearance of evil. The potential gift of the innocent is learning to let go of illusions and still maintain ideals. We can move from hope and instinctive trust to blind faith to an understanding faith based on immutable principle. Using the I am in front of each power, we create great affirmations. So please say this with me. I am faith.
Okay. So who has the power of judgment? Anyone?
Randy.
Brandy raised her hand.
Yep, Brandy. All right. So I invite you, Brandy, to read this with me. Judgment is my ability to discern, evaluate, and make decisions. Judgment allows divine wisdom to flow through me. I claim judgment. Okay, where did Brandy go? Let's see. Oh, there you are up there. Okay. So, as I read the rest of this all pertains to all of us. In a sense, we're all invoking these powers within us tonight. And we'll get specific ones and we'll read those. When we say read together, then just the person who has that one read. But the rest just know it applies to each of us. So in the body, judgment is associated with the color yellow. It's located in the pit of the stomach. So take a moment, focus on yellow and the power of judgment as you breathe into the pit of the stomach. And judgment does not mean being judgmental, but rather discerning. With this power, we wisely discern the truth. We make judgments or decisions according to the divine guidance received. The archetype of judgment is the orphan. The orphan is that part of us that is hurt, betrayed, or abandoned in some way and must learn discernment and right judgment. This is the child within us who has experienced the fall from the Garden of Innocence. Unlike the innocent who will still look at the positive side of others, after a betrayal, the orphan becomes the victim and loses trust. So the potential gift of the orphan is to become rebellious to one's own victim behaviors. Reaching out to others and bonding in groups creates interdependence. The orphan becomes the wounded healer, finding the gift in the wound and using it to help others. An affirmation is, I am discernment. Let's all say that. I am discernment. Okay.
All right, then we move on to strength. So raise your hand and wave if you got the power of strength tonight. Serena got that one. All right.
I got that one.
You got that one
And
too?
Becky.
All
Yeah.
right.
And that's the same one I got for my white stone.
Interesting.
So
Coming
right.
through big time. Okay, so let's all read this together. Strength is my ability to be still. Strength allows me to stick with divine ideas. Strength is my patience, tolerance, steadfastness, and balance. I claim strength. In the body, strength is associated with the color spring green, and it's located in the small of your back. So take a moment and think about spring green and focus on the power of strength as you breathe into the small of your back. Imagine that you could breathe right into that area. Our bodies have the capacity for physical strength. Mental strength is our ability for focused discipline. Spiritual strength is our capacity to stand undaunted in the midst of shifting circumstances, to act courageously, and to stay the course. The archetype of strength is the warrior. Warrior is the symbol for patriarchy and its negative and positive forms. Hierarchy, competition, war, and having to win are all manifestations of this archetype. The warrior within helps us protect ourselves. We use our inner strength to set boundaries and stand up for ourselves and others. The true warrior is motivated by the inner power of strength rather than weakness. In its highest form, the warrior practices non-resistance. This does not mean passive resistance, but an active stance for truth. The potential gift of the warrior is courage, skill, and discipline. Win-win solutions and the willingness to challenge authority in positive ways are expressions of the true warrior. An affirmation is, I am strength. Can we say that all together? I am strength.
All right. Does anyone have the power of life? Nancy. All right. Anyone else? Nancy. All right. So if you drew this power, let's read this together. Life is my ability to mend, restore, and draw upon the living Christ for all life functions. Life is my progress, attainment, and mastery. I claim life. In the body, life is associated with the color red. It's located in the generative organs. So take a moment and focus on red and the power of life as you breathe into your generative organs. Charles Fillmore said, the first step in the realization of life is always to know that God is life, abundant, omnipresent, eternal. And the second step is to make positive connection with God life by declaring oneness with it. God is abundant, omnipresent life, and I am one with God. The life force is everywhere present, and we are one with it. It expresses through us as vitality, as divine presence, as vibrant energy. This power is associated with the archetype of the caregiver. The caregiver in us reaches out to help others have a better quality of life and to even keep them alive. The potential gift of the caregiver is compassion and generosity for self and others. Powerful responsibility and love motivated deeper self-care and willingness to care for others. Each day, affirm life for all the areas of your life that need more of the life force, whether it's your body, your finances, your relationships, whatever it is, greater life is the answer. I am life. Let's say that together, everybody. I am life.
Excellent. So we're going to move on to the power of order. Did anyone draw order tonight? You could raise your hand and wave. All right. Bill got the power. Who else? Anyone? All right. So, Bill, let's read this together, even though you're muted. Are you ready? All right. Order is my ability to develop consciousness in proper sequence. Mind, body, and affairs. Order is my adjustment and harmony in health, illumination, and prosperity. Order is my ability to keep God first in my continuous development. I claim order. In the body, order is associated with the color olive green, and it's located in the solar plexus, so down in the belly, just above the belly button. So take a moment and focus on olive green and the power of order as you breathe into your solar plexus. Because of the great order of which we are a part, we can feel comforted that all is in divine order. This power within us allows us to organize our lives and adjust to conditions. It is our evolving progress or growth. Order is associated with the archetype of the seeker, who is always seeking a greater divine order. This may come in the form of new adventures or a quest, which is in harmony with one's divine plan. The potential gift of the seeker is a willingness to take risks, experience adventure, deepen one's spiritual searching. Profound transformation may result. The power of order helps us to adjust our mindset or correct a course of action. Awakened to an ever-unfolding consciousness, we follow the clear path toward a more enlightened future. So let's all say together, I am divine order.
Okay. And does anyone have the power of renunciation? Candy. Okay. So Candy, I invite you to speak this with me. Renunciation is my ability to give a no response to the untrue and undesirable. Renunciation helps me eliminate errors and expand good. Renunciation is to release and forgive as well as to let go of old thoughts. I claim renunciation. So in the body, renunciation is associated with the color russet and is located in the lower abdominal region. Take a moment, focus on russet and the power of renunciation as you breathe into the lower abdominal region. We know there must be a release or letting go of old thoughts before the new can find a place in the consciousness. Healing can result from erasing the false and returning to the true, our divine identity. This power associated with the archetype of the destroyer helps us to release, cleanse, and let go so life can flow more fully. It includes repentance, which means a change of mind or consciousness. We release, we let go, and we let God. The potential gift of the destroyer is humility and acceptance. We have the ability to destroy the status quo and create new paradigms. We learn to traverse change and become willing to eliminate and release that which no longer supports our highest good. In this sense, we are born anew. And let's say together, I am renunciation. Together, I am renunciation.
All right, now we move on to the power of love. So did anyone draw the power of love this year? Anyone?
Uh-oh.
That means we all got to do this one together. All right. So, love is my ability to know oneness with all. Love is my ability to desire that only good come to all. Love harmonizes. I claim love. In the body, love is associated with the color pink, and it is located in the back of the heart. Take a moment and think about the color pink and the power of love as you breathe into your heart center. Love is the harmonizing power of the universe. It is gravity, the force that draws us together with the earth and one another. Fillmore said, love is the drawing power of the mind. This helps us to understand the law of attraction, which is based on the principle of love. Love is the power of magnetism, harmony, and unity. Love is associated with the archetype of the lover. It awakens us to passion for life. It can express as eros, which is erotic love, as well as passion for nature, religion, or a way of life. When we love passionately while maintaining our sense of morality, we can achieve agape or spiritual love. This is the wholeness that comes through self-acceptance. The potential gift of the lover archetype is commitment, passion, ecstasy. We learn about surrender and unselfish choices. We become motivated by love rather than fear and find that we can truly love self and one another. I am love. Let's say that all together. I am love.
Next is imagination. Who has the power of imagination? Anyone?
That's my number 2.
Oh, okay. Well, and we can all join in and saying this one together too. So let's say it together. Imagination is my ability to give shape and form to unformed mental energy. Imagination is vision beyond appearances. I claim imagination. In the body, imagination is associated with the color light blue. It's located between the eyes. Take a moment and focus on light blue and the power of imagination as you breathe into that space between your eyes. With imagination, we can travel around the world instantly. We can bring peace to the world. We can assert wholeness for a sick person. And we can celebrate success before we have begun. We can accomplish the impossible. With imagination, we can revise our past experience as well as create an ideal future. Imagination is associated with the archetype of the creator. This archetype helps us create our lives through the direction of the soul. We create conditions which will help us learn the necessary lessons for our growth. The more conscious we become of this process, the more we can help direct it as co-creators. The Creator helps us interpret life in an artistic way so we can find meaning and beauty. The potential gift of the Creator is creativity, identity, vocation. We become passionate about creating our life as a work of art. By expressing our gifts and talents, we find our true work, which always serves the greater good. We can imagine a higher vision of shared cooperation for a transformed world. I am imagination. Together, I am imagination.
All right, and then we come to the power of power. That's the one I drew this year. Does anyone else have that with me? No, I don't see any hands. All right. So, power is my ability to change and build consciousness. Power is my ability to choose thoughts and feelings. Power is my ability to transform energy from one plane to another. I claim power. In the body, power is associated with the color purple. It is located in the throat, the base of the tongue, and the larynx or voice box. Take a moment and focus on purple and the power of imagination as you breathe into your throat chakra. Matthew 28:18 says, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me." God is power, and we are expressions of that power. We have the power to concentrate our focus. We have the power of self-mastery guiding our thoughts, words, and actions in alignment with the divine. Power is associated with the archetype of the ruler. The ruler is able to take responsibility for his or her own actions and demonstrate an inner authority. There is a wise use of power reflected in the willingness to oversee the good of the whole while refusing the need to control others. We also know how to use the laws of prosperity in our own lives as well as in the life of the greater kingdom. The potential gift of the ruler is responsibility, authority, and competence. The ruler knows how to use the resources of the kingdom for the good of all concerned. This may include accessing people's talents, mediating conflicts, sacrificing desire for duty, and creating healthy boundaries. We have the power of spiritual authority radiating the divine presence. Silently know, I am power. Say that with me, please. I am
I
power.
And who has the power of will? Christina got will also. So, two of us. So let's say this together. Will is my ability to be willing toward God. Will is always seeking the good for all. Will is my directive power that determines character formation. I claim will. In the body, will is associated with the color silver. It is located in the front of the brain. So take a moment and focus on silver and the power of will as you breathe into the front of the brain. Will is the executive faculty of the mind. I like to say there's only one will, divine will, and our will is one with that divine will. We can choose not to align with it or express it, thus becoming willful, or we can choose to align and open ourselves and become willing. This power is associated with the archetype of the magician. When we become willing, often magic does occur. The magician transforms consciousness by healing the wounded ruler. This is the stage in growth where we heal ourselves and others. As we learn to surrender to God's will for good, miracles become possible. Synchronistic events begin to occur with more frequency. Magicians can heal through the power of story, just as magicians in fairy tales use magic words to create powerful spells. So too does the magician in consciousness use the power of naming to change reality. We can name ourselves as sick, weak, and poor, or as healthy, strong, and prosperous. The potential gift to the magician is personal power, healing, and willingness. Willingness is a state of allowing the cooperation with the divine flow. My will is thy will, and I am willing. Let's say that together. I am willing.
All right, that brings us to the power of understanding. Did anyone draw that one tonight? Oh, Darlinda and Tracy and Cindy, we got a whole
Oh my
crew here.
gosh. Wow.
That's awesome. So even though you're muted, please read this with me. Understanding is my ability to know that God stands under all things. Understanding is my knowing how to accomplish. Understanding is knowing with my heart. I claim understanding. In the body, understanding is associated with the color gold, and it is located in the front of the brain. So focus for just a moment on the color gold and understanding as you breathe into that area of the brain. Understanding is the power of comprehension, realization, and insight. Through the power of understanding, we comprehend connections between our thoughts and feelings, between our beliefs and truth. We experience greater realization of ourselves, others, and the divine. This power of understanding is associated with the archetype of the sage. The purpose of the sage is to know the truth. Understanding the world becomes more important than transforming it. Prayer, meditation, and reflective times are essential for the development of this archetypal power. The sage is the true mystic, becoming wise through a direct experience of God. There is an understanding that truth appears in many forms, and one can synthesize from various teachings that which is essential or absolute. The potential gift of the sage is wisdom and non-attachment. Sages learn to live in the present moment, accepting life as a process. In this stage of spiritual development, we turn our lives over to God and give up our need to suffer. I am understanding. Say that with me, please. I am understanding.
Does anyone have the final power today, which is the power of zeal?
Wendy.
Wendy. Right. So let's read this together. Zeal is my ability to move forward through spiritual motivation. Zeal results in my enthusiasm and joy. Zeal is my affirmative impulse of existence. I claim zeal. All right, in the body, zeal is associated with the color orange. It's located in the medulla or brainstem at the back of the neck area. So take a moment and focus on orange and the power of zeal as you breathe into your brainstem at the back of the neck. Charles Fillmore said, zeal is intensity, ardor, and enthusiasm, the inward fire of the soul that urges humankind onward, regardless of the intellectual mind of caution and conservatism. Zeal is exuberance and pure joy. In fact, thinking of joy, this power is also associated with the archetype of the fool. The fool makes us laugh, and we are in fact often tricked into our highest good. The fool is the inner child that knows how to play. There's a curiosity and a delight in breaking rules. Life becomes a fun game filled with practical jokes. We learn how to lighten up, so we no longer take ourselves so seriously. The potential gift of the fool is joy, freedom, and liberation. We learn to celebrate even life's most difficult moments. Joy within creates a new resilience. This archetype helps us give birth to Christ consciousness. Power of zeal or joy is beyond happiness, rooted in the beating heart of the universe, that which is beneath or behind all energy. I am zeal. Together, I am zeal.
Well, that's all 12 powers. Let's take a deep breath together, shall we? All right. So at this point in the service, we want to pause and take a moment for gratitude. So think for just a minute about one thing that happened today or this week. I know it's been a rough week for a lot of us, but pause for just a minute and think about one thing you can be grateful for. And hold the sensation, the word, the experience of that one thing in your heart. And as you hold on to that one thing, let your offering whatever that looks like, whether it's monetary or service or something else, hold that in that same prayerful space with your gratitude. Let it all be there together like soup. We are grateful. If you are choosing to leave a monetary gift tonight, there is a donation button on the website under classes and events after you click on donations. So that will allow us to keep track of how funds are coming in and what's inspiring people. So we are grateful for our gifts individually and collectively. And then I'm going to turn it over to Reverend Kathy for our closing prayer.
Okay, we'll do a prayer and then that'll be followed with a song. And then we can just chat for a few minutes about the powers if we want to. So let's just take a moment and we just begin knowing and giving thanks for that living, loving presence of God that indwells each one of us, that expresses through us as these amazing powers. So we open our hearts and minds to the power we received. And perhaps some of us may have preferred a different one or hoped for another. We just know that for some reason we were drawn to this power, and we began to see it unfold this year as we declare that we will remember it and continue to call it forth in our lives this year. So we're grateful for these powers and for each person present here tonight and for all of our many gifts. And we just say thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. And Daniel Nahmod will sing something. Everything new, everything new.
Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. Think I finally learned, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I've survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know